So, yes, hi, hello everyone. Hi to all my legends in the classroom. There was some technical issues. That's why I was 2-3 minutes late. I'm really sorry for being late. Okay, but still, I know that you are holding the energy for learning so many concepts in this class with your Ameer sir, है ना? So, yes, this is Ameer, your physics educator at Unacademy. And what you'll have to do, jaldi se jaldi, turant se turant, give me an amazing thumbs up and do let me know that I'm audible and visible. Jaldi, jaldi, jaldi. Hi, what is it? Paki, right? Then we have Miara. Good evening. Good evening. Okay, then Veda, King Raj, Bharat, Coca-Cola, Sanchana, Veda. Hi, hello to everyone. How's the Josh in the classroom? How is it and how are you all doing? कैसे हैं सब लोग? Anna, namaste. Happy Engineers Day. Thank you so much. केम छो बहुत बढ़िया. Okay, so I hope everyone is doing fine, so good, having a small amazing smile on your faces, है ना? And you all might be knowing what is the topic for today's session. Yes, it is electromagnetic waves. Are we going to complete this chapter in sessions, 4 sessions or 5 sessions? No. In this one single night, we are going to solve and complete chapter. I don't know how long will it going to be. Minimum sometimes it can extend to 2 hours, right? So tell me, are you all going to hold your energy for the next 2 hours and be with me to learn this amazing electromagnetic waves? If I tell you, if you can be there for the next 2 hours or more than that, right, magnetic waves will be so clear to you and you don't have to turn around. So, yes, Sugamana, yes, here also it's great. Now you can all see the introduction about me. You can just go through it, whoever is seeing me for the very first time. And this is the schedule for the Legends patch. And today we'll be having the electromagnetic waves. So tomorrow we don't have Menti. Tomorrow we are going to start with which chapter? One of the important chapter, which is ray optics. Okay, exactly at 10 p.m. we'll be starting our new topic of ray optics after EM waves. Wow. And you all might be knowing there are so many amazing teachers in Unacademy Class 11th and 12th YouTube channel, right? And I know that you would love to learn with them. Sometimes you miss your classes. So if you want to get all the updates of the classes happening on the Telegram channel, click on the link and be a part of it. Jaldi, turant. And what is a Bugs Bounty program? It is an amazing way for all your legends to get as many prizes. You just have to go to description, fill the form if you're finding any inappropriate content with the content uploaded by by the Unacademy team. And you all have the emerge, okay, the Unacademy, because you know that Unacademy love all the students and they want everyone to do their best. So you know that CBSE exam has started a new exam pattern where you can have multiple choice question and then a session recent type question for your term 1 examination. So if you want to really do good, you have to keep on writing as many mock tests as possible, and that's why we have the emerge. So emerge is going to provide you as many live mock tests as possible every week, and whoever is topping on that mock test, right, your name, your picture, everything will be coming on the YouTube channel of Unacademy, Instagram, everywhere. You're going to be so famous. Wow. And you can see the date and time you can enroll for this particular on board with the Unacademy, which means such as DC Pandey and all, right? So if you want to learn with these kind of great amazing teachers, I'm also there, है okay? If you want to learn with them, if you interact with them, if you want to talk with them, if you want to have a good teacher bonding with all these amazing teachers, it'll be a better idea to be a part of Unacademy subscription. Then study materials will be given to you, practice test and live test series will make you super confident and will bring the best out of you. For all these amazing features, plus subscription is the best. For 12 months, you can get it for 1,250, and for 24 months, you can get it for 1,042 per month. And I know that what you will all be asking for. You will be asking for, sir, we want discount. So use this code, by heart this code, and apply it as a referral code whenever it is asked. You'll get 10% of discount. Now you think there is enough features with a plus subscription. If you want more features than that, you should be going for iconic subscription. So you'll be getting additional features such as a personal mentor to help you clearing your, which means that person will be there for helping you make the schedule, what to study, when to study, for every help related to your academic activities. Live doubt solving classes will be there, weekly reports will be given to you. So for all these amazing features for 12 months, it will cost you 2,333, and for 24 months, it will cost you 2,000 per month. Okay, then if you want to have 10% of discount, use kar le the code AMB10, right? Okay, that's it. That is all about. And now we have to start with that amazing chapter of electromagnetic waves. This we will derive, don't worry. So if you all are ready, okay, if you all are ready, we can start with the classes. The electromagnetic waves, such a beautiful chapter, such an important chapter. One question mostly it is going to come. Yes, Miara is also helping me too. Saurav, wrong number. Okay, in the short video regarding, okay, the background was so beautiful. Thank you so much, Anna. So ready? मचाने के लिए रेडी है क्या मेरा बच्चा लोग? लेजेंड्स एंड वैरियर्स इन द क्लासरूम, आप लोग रेडी है? बोल दे, शो मी सम एनर्जी इन द क्लासरूम. टेल मी दैट सर. हम बिल्कुल रेडी है. वी नीड द कंप्लीट एनर्जी. कोई बात नहीं. इफ यू गेट इफ यू थिंक दैट ज़्यादा हो गया तो इन बिटवीन आई सिंग अ सॉन्ग. जस्ट रिमाइंड मी. ओके, एट 11 o'clock आई सिंग अ सॉन्ग फॉर एवरीवन. ठीक है सना? वेरी गुड. गुड टू सी यू हियर. नाउ लेट्स डू इट and let's start with the chapter of electromagnetic waves. You all know how beautiful this world is, right? The world will be lit all the time. And who is responsible for making this day and night so wonderful? It is because of what we have, what is called as a light. It is this light which is making this world look so beautiful. Even at night, you know that there are so many beautiful cities which look so wonderful. Do you want to go to any of those cities? Let's say Tokyo, Hannah, and New York, Paris. These all are my, what say, dream cities where I want to go and spend some night, because the nightlife is so awesome and it is so colorful. It looks so beautiful, right? So you know that this world is so beautiful. It looks so amazing just because of what we have called as light. So don't you feel like learning about this light, which is actually making our life and the entire world look so beautiful and awesome? So in this particular chapter, we are going to learn about light, how it is actually made up of, what all properties is giving the light to make it shine. Everything related to light we'll be talking in today's session. ठीक है? Now देख ले. Now on what is actually light composed of, how light is carrying the energy from one point to another, we should be actually knowing the structure of light, what it is being made up of. For that, let's start from the basics. You all have completed 11th standard, है ना? So you all know what is waves. What is waves? Waves is actually a disturbance, right, caused in a medium which can carry the energy, है ना, which can carry the energy from one point to another point. So basically, wave is a disturbance, or it is actually a method where energy can be taken from one point to another point. इतना ही है. Now, similarly, light is also carrying its energy from the point A to the point B in the form of waves. Okay, so the light is also carrying the energy from one point to another point in the form of waves. And the waves corresponding to light, specifically we call it by a name. What is that specific name given to the waves which carry the energy of light? Jaldi. It is electromagnetic waves. So that is the reason we have the name of this chapter as electromagnetic waves. So we are going to learn in detail about the electromagnetic waves, which is actually making the light possible on this entire universe. ठीक है? Okay. Now, before going into the production of electromagnetic waves, before going into the structure of electromagnetic waves, you should be having some prerequisite ideas from the previous chapters. Okay, so shall I make you remember all those simple topics which we have learned in previous classes? Shall we? So I hope you do all remember the chapter electromagnetic induction. बिल्कुल होना ही चाहिए, because we have completed this chapter some days before only electromagnetic induction. है ना? There we have learned that an electric current I is produced. When is it produced? Whenever the flux associated, whenever the magnetic flux associated with that coil changes, right? When phi b magnetic flux changes, a current is produced. Can you tell me what do you mean by current? Current is actually the flow of charges, है ना? Current means flow of charges or the movement of charges. Current means movement of charges. And when this is produced, when flux, magnetic flux changes. अरे tell me, बता दे, magnetic flux का formula क्या है? Magnetic flux का formula B A cos theta, है ना? हाँ. So if I say that magnetic flux is changing in one of the condition, what can change? Yes, magnetic B can also change. By changing magnetic field, magnetic flux can change. We are going to make a loop here. We are going to make a loop here. One magnetic field changes, flux changes, current is produced, which means charge is actually moving. Now tell me, if you want to make any body move, okay, let's say you want to make me move, Ameer sir ko move karna hai, what do you have to do? You have to apply some force on me, है ना? You have to apply some force on me. Similarly, if I want to make a charge move, a force has to be applied. Who can give a force on a charge? Who can make a stationary charge to move? Tell me. उसका नाम क्या है? Who can make a stationary charge to move? किसको? हाँ, force. Who can provide that force to a charge? Who can provide that force? Sanjana, Rohini, tell me. Who can provide that particular force to the charge? Force is given by what? Electric field, है ना? The force on a charge can only be provided by an electric field, which simply means if charge is moving, a force is acting, which means an electric field is produced. Understood? So you just connect the first part of this chain and the last part of this chain. What is the first part? A changing magnetic field. A changing magnetic field changes the flux, current is produced, charge moves. For charge movement, electric field has to be there, which means a changing magnetic field will be producing an electric field. What is it? The first concept that you have to keep in mind, super duper important. What is it? A changing magnetic field can produce the electric field. Okay, this is the best first concept on which the production of electromagnetic waves is done. So can you take it into your mind? The first concept first. Okay, is it done? Jaldi bol de. Done hai na? Now we have to move for the second. Now, if the changing magnetic field can produce an electric field, scientists started to ask to themselves and to this entire world, if changing magnetic field can produce electric field, the question was, can a changing electric field produce a magnetic field or not? That was the next question posed or made by the scientists to this entire world. You know that this world is entire symmetrical. Even if you look at your faces, है ना? Right? Left hand side and right hand side of your face is completely symmetrical. It looks alike. सोच ले, left hand side of your face is with a curvature and right hand side is with who looks like a box. How will it be looking? बहुत गंदा लगेगा, है ना? Okay, if it is not symmetrical, which means everyone knows that this world is completely symmetrical, right? If one way is happening, the reverse will also be happening, है ना? Which means if a changing magnetic field can produce electric field, the scientists started to think, why can't an changing electric field produce a magnetic field? But just by saying that the universe is symmetrical, this will be produced. There should be some proof and there should be some theory to actually satisfy this, right? So now scientists was behind looking for what? Looking for some theory to prove this. A changing electric field, can it produce a magnetic field or not? So for that, we should be first investigating about the displacement current. शुरू कर ले? हाँ? Okay. Now, before starting with a displacement current, let me ask you one simple question. You know that a current carrying conductor at a point will produce magnetic field. How many of you know Ampere's circuital law? How many of you know Ampere's circuital law? Or if do everyone knows Ampere's circuital law? Please do let me know in the chat box. जल्दी बोल दे. जल्दी बोल दे. Do you all know regarding Ampere's circuital law? I am looking into the chat box. If everyone knows, Chitendra knows. भारत, अरे ये पढ़ने का टाइम है, मेंटी का टाइम नहीं है. Yes, Anna, integral B dot dl is equal to mu naught times the current enclosed. Seems like someone knows, someone doesn't know. Okay, कोई बात नहीं. I'll give you a small recap of Ampere's circuital law. This is from the chapter of magnetism, right? Okay, don't worry. We all know that a current carrying conductor produces what? Magnetic field. Okay, that is just a theory. Now we are going to find out with the Ampere circuital law how to find out the magnetic field at a distance of r from the current carrying conductor, a perpendicular distance of r. So Ampere circuital law tells wherever you want to find out the magnetic field, what you have to do? You just have to draw a closed loop passing through the point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a circle passing through that point. Did? Okay. Now what he is telling is then apply the rule of integral B dot dl is equal to mu naught times the current enclosed or the current passing through the area. So you know that you can take any area enclosed by this closed surface. So I'm taking this particular area, okay, enclosed by the surface, and mu naught times the current passing through the area enclosed by the closed line. Okay. Now what is the unknown? B. It is B what you have to find out. Now just listen here. It is integral B dot dl, which means if you take a very small region of length, this is dl, right? You have to do a dot product with the magnetic field existing. So if I write integral B dot dl, it will be integral B dl cos theta. है ना? What will be the value of theta at each value of dl over this closed path? Anyone knows? You all know what is the direction of magnetic field produced by current carrying conductors. How will you find the direction? Right hand thumb rule. Keep your thumb in the direction of current carrying conductor. Curve your fingers, right? Curl your fingers. Whatever is the direction of curled fingers, that will be the direction of magnetic field. What the direction of curled finger is showing? It is showing an anti-clockwise direction, ऐसे, है ना? And it is moving in a circular path. So you can get to know that the direction of magnetic field and the dl at each and every point are the same, which means the value for theta is equal to 0 at all the time. So cos 0 is equal to 1. So integral B dot dl will be equal to integral B into dl. And as the circular loop we have considered is equidistant from the current carrying conductor, magnetic field is going to be a constant. So B integral dl, constant comes outside, mu naught times the current enclosed. है ना? And what is integral of dl? If you integrate the entire length of the closed loop, क्या हो जाएगा? Okay, देख ले, this is the loop है ना? This is the closed loop. If you keep on integrating small length, you will get the total length of that loop. Total length of the loop मतलब हाँ perimeter है ना? B into 2 pi r. If you integrate the entire length is its circumference 2 pi r. This is mu naught times I. So you got magnetic field is equal to mu naught I by 2 pi r. But we got the value for magnetic field by using Ampere's circuital law. This is not from this particular chapter. It is from the chapter of magnetism. We are going to use it here. So I just have explained you. Okay. Is this clear? Understood how to apply Ampere's circuital law? How to apply, understood the concept of Ampere's circuital law? Because the entire thing what we are going to explain next is on the basis of this. Yes, very good, very good, very good, amazing. Now we are going to do the same thing. Same thing means I'm going to be having a capacitor. We have learned enough about capacitor, LC oscillation, capacitor from electrostatics. Across this capacitor, let me say that I'm applying some alternating current. Okay, I'm applying an alternating current. So once you apply, there is a current in the circuit. Okay? There will be current. We call this normal current in a circuit as conduction current. Okay, इसका नाम क्या है? Conduction current, IC we call it. Okay, so IC, a normal current will be there. So current is passing. So the question is, what is the value for magnetic field at some random point? How will you find? How will you find the magnetic field at some random point? Use Kerley what? Ampere circuital law. So draw a closed loop passing through the point wherever you want to find the magnetic field, right? Mark the radius and then apply integral B dot dl is equal to mu naught times the current enclosed. You know that if you consider this as the area, let me mark the area. Okay, I'll use some yellow color. So can you see this area? So I'm considering this as the area enclosed by that closed loop. Okay, so integral B dot dl is equal to mu naught times the current enclosed. Okay, so there will be a value for magnetic field. है ना? If you consider in this way, there will be a value for magnetic field because through the area I have considered there is a current passing. इधर तक समझ में आ गया? Okay. Ampere circuital law. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to consider the same figure once again. Same figure, capacitor, alternating current, right? Same point, you are asked to find out magnetic field. Okay, there is a conduction current of IC. So according to Ampere's circuital law, if you want to find a magnetic field at a point, क्या करना है? जल्दी बोल दे, सोच ले. हाँ. What do you have to do to find a magnetic field at a point according to Ampere's circuital law? Simple. You have to just draw a closed loop passing through the point. कर दिया? Have you all did this? Did you all draw a closed loop passing through the point? Yes. Then you have to apply integral of B dot dl is equal to mu naught times the current enclosed. ये भी किया? कर ले. Current I is the current enclosed by the area, है ना? Now, देख ले, it is not necessary that you have to take this area alone. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to take some separate area, let's say in this shape, which means the area that is enclosed by this closed loop, I'm taking separately. Just like how many of you used to take your food to your school when school was there in your tiffin box? Do you remember those days where you had to used to go to school? Now it became a story, na? Along with your tiffin box. How many of you took this? I think most of you might have. Anna, very good. Then others, having the specially made food from your mom, eating it all the day long. Wow, what else you need else? Hai Dream girl, very good. It's a dream come true when we think about it nowadays, right? Sharing the food with your friends. Even there will be a big quarrel and fight between your friends if you take chicken to the schools. Hai na? Do you remember those days? Okay, it was so much fun. I know that you all are missing. It's fine, everything will be back in track. Okay, ठीक है. Now we went along with our history, which means our thoughts. So कोई बात नहीं. Coming back, I just want you to think about how that that tiffin box is looking like. It'll be having an upper circular part like this with the red color. Can you see? It'll be having the circular part, and at the bottom it will be having a shape like this. Not exactly like this, but almost, so that you can make an imagination, right? Okay. Now this is the closed loop And this is the point where I want to find out the magnetic field. But the area that is enclosed by this circular path, I'm considering as this, the base area of that tiffin box. Now, try to apply the same rule. Integral B dot dl is equal to mu naught times the current enclosed. Tell me, is there any current passing through the area we have considered? Current is only passing through this much of region, but the area that we have considered is this. Can you see any current here? No. The current passing through this area is equal to 0. So mu naught times the current becomes 0. So if right hand side becomes 0, magnetic field will also become 0. है ना? समझ में आ गया? Which means if we try to find out the magnetic field at a particular point by using the same theory but in a different way, we are getting the magnetic field as 0. This is not possible. This is just like, dekh le, you are having a room. There are two different ways. Okay, this is the first way and this is the second way. Two ways are there. Now, inside this, there is a football, let's say. If you go by this particular path to this room, won't you be seeing football? Yes, you will be seeing. Now, if you go through the other path to the same room, shouldn't you be seeing the same ball? Yes, you should be seeing. है ना? So that is the problem. Even if we take two different paths for reaching the same destination, you should be reaching at the same destination by having the same view. But here, by just taking a different path, the final results are not coming same. Which means there is some contradiction. है ना? There is some contradiction or there is some error factor in where? There is some error factor in the Ampere's circuital law. And who was behind this? It was James Clerk Maxwell, right? It was Maxwell who was behind this to find out what is that small error that is possible in that is possible where? That is possible in Ampere's circuital law. Even if you take the area like this, है ना, ऐसे in the shape of tiffin box also, there should be a specific current and which it should be producing a magnetic field. So he started to think. So then he got to know that if there is charge Q on this capacitor plates, right, what will be there? Electric field will be there between the space. Tell me, what is the equation for electric field between the capacitor plate? Jaldi bol de. Who can give me the answer? I look into the chat box. If you have capacitor plates, in between the capacitor plate, there exists electric field. है ना? वो electric field का equation कितना है और what is it? Nobody knows. किसी को भी पता नहीं. K by R square ना. It is sigma by epsilon 0. How many of you do remember? What was sigma? The charge on the capacitor plate, let's say Q by A. Charge per unit area is sigma. Sigma by epsilon 0 is the electric field that exists between the capacitor plates. अभी याद आ रहा है? हाँ भारत, very good. वही है, sigma by epsilon 0. Dream goal समझ में आ गया? ठीक है. Now there is an electric field, है ना? Which means if there is an electric field and if I take an area, what am I doing? I am taking an area A which is same as the area of the capacitor plates. So what will happen? Passing through this particular area, what will be there? A flux will be there, an electric flux will be there. Formula, electric field into area, है ना? What is the formula for electric field? Sigma by epsilon 0 into A. What is this? This is the equation for electric flux. Formula, electric field into A. Electric flux passing through which area? I hope you do remember that particular tiffin box we have considered. So that tiffin box, the base will be having the area same as the area of this capacitor plates where the electric field lines will be passing through it. So the electric flux passing through that region is being found out, E into A. That is sigma by epsilon 0 into A. Sigma क्या है? Sigma is Q है ना? Q by A epsilon 0 A. So क्या हो गया? A cancel हो गया. So you got phi E is equal to Q by epsilon naught. Cross multiply, you will get Q is equal to epsilon naught phi E. Do you remember what was the kind of electricity or the source that we have provided? Alternating. If this is alternating, current will be alternating. If current is alternating, charge will be alternating. Charge keep on changing its value on the capacitor plates. If charge keeps on changing, if I differentiate charge with time on the left hand side, you have to differentiate on the right hand side of the equation also. So what can you see? What is dq by dt? Rate of change of charge. वो क्या है? हाँ, वो है current. So now you got to know that. Because of the change in charge on the capacitor plate, if charge changes, what will happen? Sigma or the electric field changes, and the electric field changes will produce a changing flux, and that changing flux, you can see that is producing a current between the capacitor plates. Where this current is produced? This current is produced between the capacitor plates. And how it is produced? Because of the changing electric field. And this current produced between the capacitor plates because of change in electric field, we call it as displacement current. What is the name of it? Displacement current. Formula for displacement current, epsilon naught d phi E by dt. Phi E means electric flux. So how this displacement current is produced? Once again, देख ले, charge changes, and if charge changes, sigma, that is charge by epsilon naught, this sigma changes or electric field changes. So it is because of changing electric field we are having this I displacement produced here in the circuit, and it is because of this displacement current. It is, now I'll tell you, is it clear till this part? A changing electric field is producing the displacement current. Is it clear? Huh? Is it clear? Everyone, jaldi se. A changing electric field is producing a displacement current. Yes, is it clear till this part? Absolutely clear. ठीक है, बढ़िया बात है. Now listen to me very carefully. Listen to me very carefully. जल्द अच्छे से. Okay. Now going back to the same figure, this figure, right? Going back to the same figure where we were supposed to find out the magnetic field. Can you see that figure? Can you see that figure where we were supposed to find out the magnetic field? In the earlier case, when we tried to apply the Ampere circuital law, we understood that the current is not passing through this base area of that Tiffin box base area. Do you remember? When we were trying to find out the magnetic field at this region, we have to apply this rule. Integral B dot dl is mu naught times the current enclosed. Current passing through the area enclosed by this closed surface. So what was the area we have considered in the previous case? We have considered this kind of a Tiffin box shape area. But in the earlier case, we were not able to find any current, which means current was zero. But is actually the current zero in this case? Nahi. Just now we found out that there exists a current between the plates of the capacitor. By how? Because of changing electric field, and the current produced is called as ID, a displacement current. So in the equation of integral B dot dl, which is equal to mu naught times the current enclosed, is actually a current enclosed over that closed surface or passing through this area in this case. Is it there? Yes. Mohammad Ehsan, you want to take iconic subscription? Lele, just come into the Unacademy app and note down the code AMB10. Use करले get 10% of discount. Okay. Now, just tell me this. In this case, now as we just proved that there is existing a current between the capacitor plate displacement current, is it going to be zero just like before? Is it going to be zero? Is the current going to be zero just like before? Never, because just now we have found out that even between the capacitor plates, because of changing electric field, a current exists, a displacement current. So in the equation of integral B dot dl, mu naught times the current enclosed, this time the current enclosed is I displacement, which means it is not coming as zero, which means what was that missing factor? Now tell me, what was that missing factor in the equation of Ampere circuit law? What was that missing factor? Displacement current. So how will be the new corrected equation for displacement current? Is it integral B dot dl is equal to mu naught times the current enclosed? No. It should be the summation of the displacement current plus conduction current. Till now we were only discussing about conduction current. What was conduction current? The normal current. Arey yaar. Ye current, the current passing through the wire. We thought that that is the only current which can produce magnetic field. And just now we have realized that is not the only current possible. Because of changing electric field, another current is possible. That is displacement current. So we just made a small change in the Ampere circuit law. Now this new law is called as Ampere Maxwell circuit law. Formula: integral V dot dl is mu naught times I displacement plus IC. Bas. Is it clear? Even without that you can learn. Is it clear? Huh? Tell me. Jaldi se bata de. Okay, I hope everyone is listening to the classes. This is very important topic, let me tell you. I am taking enough time to explain this displacement current itself so that everyone can understand. आ गया तो आ गया, समझ तो आ गया, जल्दी बता दे with a smile. हाँ सर, बिल्कुल हमको अच्छे से समझ में आ गया. Okay, yes. It is not necessary, Harsh. Even without that you can learn. कोई बात नहीं. Okay. Now, moving on. So we got integral B dot dl is equal to mu naught times I displacement plus I conduction current. Now let me ask you. In this case, dekh in the case where we consider the area as the shape of a tiffin box, integral B dot dl was mu naught times the current enclosed. Here it is coming as displacement current. Left hand side of the equation is finding out the magnetic field at this point. Moving back, in the first case, when we were trying to find out the magnetic field at the same point by considering this yellow area, it was integral B dot dl is equal to mu naught times the conduction current. Here also the magnetic field is same, the left hand side of the equation is same. So if left hand side of the equation is same, won't the right hand side of the equation won't it also be same? Mu naught IC and mu naught ID? Hey ya nahi, bata de. Haan. So what can you talk about the conduction current and the displacement current? What can you talk about the conduction current and the displacement current? That is equal. The conduction current and the displacement current is going to be equal only. It is not going to make. Arey Harsh, please don't spam in the chat box. Please don't spam. Which means just now we have proved that for finding out the magnetic field at the same point, left hand side of the equation is same, so right hand side also has to be the same. So conduction current will be equal to displacement current. And I hope you do all remember the equation for displacement current. What is the formula? Epsilon naught d phi E divided by dt. And let me tell you, this is the hardest part of this particular chapter, finding displacement current. If you're done with that, done. और कुछ नहीं पढ़ने के लिए. Is it clear? Rest of the part of this particular chapter इतना आसान है, बहुत आसान है, और कुछ नहीं. So सबको clear है? अच्छे से clear. Okay, എല്ലാം വ്യക്തം, എല്ലാം മനസ്സിലായാ? Good. Now, shall we try to coordinate the first part of the equation and the last part of the equation? देख ले. In this case, we understood that integral B dot dl is equal to mu naught times the displacement current. Let me write. Integral B dot dl is equal to mu naught times I displacement in this case. Which case? When we considered the square loop as this and when we consider the enclosed area as this. This is the equation. Integral B dot dl is mu naught times displacement current. है ना? So, now tell me, we just have proved this. ठीक है? Now, tell me, the displacement current is the responsible factor for the production of magnetic field in this region, है ना? In this case, it is the displacement current which is the responsible factor for the production of magnetic field. I hope you do all agree with me, right? Just because displacement current was there, that is actually producing the magnetic field in this region, है ना? Because the equation is B dot dl is mu naught times displacement current in this case. Tell me, if you go back to the equation, tell me who is producing this displacement current? Who is producing this displacement current? Changing electric flux. And this changing electric flux का formula क्या है? What is the formula for flux? Electric field into area. So changing electric flux is produced because of changing electric field, right? Which means the changing electric field is the reason for production of what? Changing electric field is responsible for the production of displacement current, and displacement current is responsible for the magnetic field. Now comes the law or the simple theory which we wanted to prove. Do you remember how we got into the theory of displacement current? How many of you do remember? The reason why we got into this entire discussion of displacement current was, we already have learned from the chapter of EMI that a changing magnetic field will be producing an electric field. We have learned this in our previous classes. A changing magnetic field will be producing an electric field. So our question at that point of time was, can a changing electric field produce a magnetic field? And now we have just answered this. A changing electric field is actually producing a magnetic field. Just now we have proved. So what all things are there along with us on our plate? What all things are there? In the chapter of EMI, we have learned that a changing magnetic field produces an electric field, है ना? We have learned this, and right now we just have proved a changing electric field is producing magnetic field, and thereby hence we have proved that this entire universe is symmetrical. And this is the basic concept on which the electromagnetic waves are being produced. This is the basic concept on which the electromagnetic waves are being produced. So is this two amazing important concepts clear to you, to everyone in the classroom? Pura ka pura log, pura ka pura legends in the classroom. Is this clear? Very important. आ गया तो आ गया, समझ में आ गया अच्छे से? Yes. ठीक है, बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया. Got it? Sanchana, Bharat, Myara. Okay. Now, shall we explain about the electromagnetic waves? which is actually the basic structure of any light in this universe? Huh? Shall we talk about the electromagnetic waves and how electromagnetic waves or light is actually produced? Huh? Okay, here we go. We have completed alternating current, dream girl. Please watch the classes. It will be available in playlist. Okay. Okay. Now, dekh. Now we know that. Now what we are going to do? We are going to talk about the production of what? The production of electromagnetic waves. How is it actually produced? By using these two concepts. Bus. Okay. You know that if you are having a charge Q, it will be producing an electric field. What about the magnitude of electric field? At a point, electric field is going to be a constant. Formula K Q by R square. The electric field at a point is going to be a constant, which means if you plot a graph between electric field and time, electric field is going to be a constant. It will be having a constant value. Kisko? Electric field ko, that is produced by a charge which is stationary. Okay? Now think that instead of having a charge which is actually at rest, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to oscillate the charge up and down. Having the charge instead of stationary, I'm going to oscillate the charge about that mean position. So what happened? Instead of having an constant electric field, along with the charge oscillate, you will be having an oscillating electric field like this. What is this? This is actually producing a wave of electric field because of that oscillating charge. And if you are having an electric field which is oscillating, if you are having a changing electric field, now note this down. If you are having a changing electric field, what will it be producing? Yes, it will be producing a magnetic field. Now, this changing electric field produced by this vibrating charge will be producing an magnetic field perpendicular to it. So, if you want to see the perfect existence of an EM waves and electromagnetic waves, it will be looking exactly like this. Red color corresponds to the magnetic field wave and the E corresponds to the electric field waves. समझ में आ रहा है? Understood how that is produced? By simply oscillating a charge. An oscillating charge will produce an oscillating electric field, and this oscillating electric field or changing electric field in turn will be producing a changing magnetic field perpendicular to it, and these two combined will be moving forward. It will be oscillating in these two directions in perpendicular direction, and it will be moving perpendicular to both their oscillations. Can you see? Magnetic field is oscillating in y direction, B is in which direction? Red color, sorry, in Z direction, है ना? And you can see that blue, which is electric field, is in y direction, and in which direction the particle is moving, which means in which direction the energy is moving forward. Can you see? Energy is moving forward. So the motion of electromagnetic field, motion is in which direction? In the Z. So you can see that, or sorry, not Z, in the X direction, है ना? Which means all these are mutually perpendicular to each other. Electric field perpendicular to magnetic field perpendicular to the motion of the body. अंडरस्टूड? समझ में आ रहा है सबको? हाँ, भारत, प्रिंसेस गर्ल, मियारा, then dream girl, Preetam, Kunal, everyone, just tell me, is it necessary to study electrostatics and current electricity? For learning electromagnetic waves, you should be having the concept of all the previous chapters. Okay, तो ये clear हो गया? How an electromagnetic wave is produced? Once again, making a quick revision. An oscillating charge produces an oscillating electric field. An oscillating electric field will be producing an oscillating magnetic field perpendicular to it, and both of them will be moving in a perpendicular direction. And this is how an electromagnetic waves are produced. And one of the best example for an electromagnetic wave is light. So you can say that this is one of the method by which an light can be produced, which is a perfect example for electromagnetic wave. ठीक है, समझ में आ गया? सर हिंदी में स्पीक कर ले, जितना मुझे हिंदी आता है तो उसमें मैं करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ, क्योंकि मैं केरला से, मुझे हिंदी उतना ज़्यादा आता नहीं है। तो बोल दे, आ गया तो आ गया, समझ तो आ गया। ओके, सो इज ऑल द कॉन्सेप्ट टिल हियर पक्का क्लियर? जल्दी से हाँ, विद अ स्माइल ऑन योर फेसेस। नो आपको कॉल करता है, ठीक है? वट एवर यू वांट टू कॉल मी, इट्स फाइन, इट्स अप टू यू। Coca-Cola. Okay, so all these topics, कोई गड़बड़ नहीं, no problem at all. Okay, now shall we do the problem? A chotu sa problem. So let's do some chotu MCQs. Here we have the multiple choice question. देख ले. Now let me see who's going to give me the answer even before me. You have to know some of the concepts such as displacement current is equal to conduction current. I hope you do all remember this. ठीक है. Now a parallel plate capacitor with plate area A and separation between the plate is D is charged by a constant current I. So the current, displacement current is I, so the same will be the conduction current, right? So displacement current and conduction current will be I. Consider a plane surface of area A by 2 parallel to the plates and drawn symmetrically between the plates. Find out the displacement current through this area. How will you find out the displacement current through a specific region? Formula use करना है. What was the formula for displacement current? हाँ, epsilon naught d phi by dt, है ना? This is epsilon naught d by dt of what was phi? Electric field into area, है ना? Electric field remains the same, which is sigma by epsilon 0. But here, instead of considering the entire area A, we are only considering the area A by 2. If this is the plate, है ना? We are not considering the entire area, we are only considering a small area A by 2. Question is, what is the current passing through it? So instead of taking A, now the value you have to take is d by dt of E into A by 2. Let's say this is A dash. So how much will it be coming? Half epsilon naught d by dt of E into A is phi itself, है ना? So this is half time epsilon d phi by dt. So the I displacement dash, id dash passing through half of the area will be equal to half times epsilon d phi by dt, which means the actual displacement current. So the new displacement current passing through that half area is actually half the displacement current, half times. बस ठीक है, a small chotu sa question by using the concept and the equation what we have learned. बस okay, आ गया तो आ गया, समझ तो आ गया, है ना? और क्या सर, बिल्कुल समझ में आ गया. Okay, now before moving with the rest of the things, okay, please do, can you watch the replay, Bharat? Okay, I know that you'll be little bored. तो हमको energy, to bring back the energy, we have half an hour or 1 hour more to learn, है ना? So bring back the energy. Shall I sing you a song to everyone? Okay, a Chotuza song. So is it a promise that after the song you will be back to your energy, you will be completely ready for your studies once again? Okay. दो दिल मिल रहे हैं, दो दिल मिल रहे हैं, मगर चुपके चुपके, दो दिल मिल रहे हैं, मगर चुपके चुपके, सबको हो रही है, सबको हो रही है खबर, चुपके चुपके, दो दिल मिल रहे हैं, मगर चुपके चुपके, सांसों में बड़ी बेकरारी, आँखों में कहीं रत जगे, कभी खाने लग जाए दिल को, कभी फिर दिल ना लगे, अपना दिल को जरा थाम लूं, जादू का मैं इसे नाम दूं, जादू कर रहा है, जादू कर रहा है, अगर चुपके चुपके, दो दिल मिल रहे हैं, मगर चुपके चुपके। Okay, so I hope you all are back to your energy. How to do subscription? Come to Unacademy and do apply the code of AMB10. You will get 10% of discount, and yes, do make the subscription. Rocking day by day. Thank you. Okay, thank you so much, Sana, Sanchana, Hardik, Dream Girl, Coca-Cola Princess, Miara, everyone. That is not the entire point is about. The point is, are you all back on your energy and to continue with our studies here? Thank you so much, Bharat. Thank you, Anna. So thank you so much. Okay, shall we get back to our studies? Tell me, are you all back to learn something? हाँ बिल्कुल ready? जल्दी बोल दे. हाँ sir बिल्कुल. Yes. So here we go. Now we just got to know that, right? In an electromagnetic wave, it is a combination of two different waves, है ना? Which are the two different waves present? Yes, an electric wave is present and a magnetic wave is also present. It is a combination. How many of you do remember the method by which an wave can be represented? Any wave, let's say a wave y has to be represented. How will you write? A is the amplitude sine kx minus omega t. Isn't this the exact way by which you will be representing any wave? है ना? So A is its amplitude. Amplitude matlab maximum value. Looking into the equation, right? This one, right? Can you see this one? The maximum value. Okay, the maximum value in the y direction. That is called as the amplitude. But then sine k. What is k? K we call it as wave number. Wave number with the formula of 2 pi by lambda. K is equal to 2 pi by lambda. Now people will start to ask, ये lambda क्या है sir? Is there anyone who is going to ask me what is lambda even after reaching 12th standard? मारेगा मैं सब लोगों को. Lambda क्या है? हाँ, it is wavelength. So if you are having a wave like this, है ना? The adjacent, this distance between two successive crest or trough, that is called as wavelength. Then omega क्या है? What is omega? What is omega? Angular frequency, है ना? Omega is angular frequency. And what is its relationship with frequency? ओमेगा इज इक्वल टू 2 pi f. आप सब लोगों को ये सब याद है. So as there are two different waves, right, so you have to write the equation for both, for the electric field and the magnetic field. So by using the same context, how will you write the equation for electric field? Electric field का equation हो जाएगा E max, which is the amplitude, the maximum value of electric field, into cos or sine, whichever that function is representing. You can either use sine or cos. Cos kx minus omega t. Now, how will you write the equation for a magnetic field? The maximum value for magnetic field, which is B max, which is its amplitude, cos kx minus omega t. Actually, is there a phase difference between electric field and magnetic field? No. Kx minus omega t, kx minus omega t. You know what is phase difference, Anna? The angle inside the sine or cos is what you call by the name of phase. If you look into the phase of both electric field and magnetic field, it is same. Phase is same. There is no phase difference. Why? You just look into this particular motion of electric and magnetic field. Whenever the electric field is maximum, magnetic field is also maximum. देख ले. Whenever the magnetic field is electric field is maximum, magnetic field is also maximum. When it is minimum, both are minimum. There is no phase difference. They are moving correspondingly, though they are perpendicular to each other. ठीक है? ऐसे move हो रहा है. Can you understand? Just like a dolphin. This is how it moves. There is no phase difference between them. ठीक है? And yes. And what does this x corresponds to? Kx मतलब हाँ, it simply says the electric field and magnetic field are moving in the x direction. In which direction it is moving? देख ले. It is moving forward. The wave is moving forward in the x direction. So that is what you mean by this x. X means it is moving in the x direction. If it is y, means in the y direction. And if it comes with negative, inside the function, which means inside the phase, if there is negative minus omega t, it means it is traveling in the positive x direction. If inside the function, if it is plus, inside the function, if it is plus, it means the particle is moving in the negative x direction. Okay, just opposite to the sign, the particle moves. Keep all these things in mind. You all have learned the basics of waves equation in your chapter 11. There is no time for me to explain about this equation right now, because it is your duty to learn all these equation from 11th standard and come here. I just have revised. Okay, तो इधर तक कोई गड़बड़ नहीं है. Everything is clear, I suppose. No phase difference. If it is negative, it means it is moving in the positive direction. If it is positive here, it is moving in the negative direction. X says it is traveling in the x direction. Okay, so I hope you all got it. Now there are some things also which you should be knowing. Those some things are, how will you get the direction in which the particle moves? If E cap is the direction of electric field, if B cap is the direction of magnetic field, the direction of the cross product will be showing the direction of velocity vector, which means the direction of the motion of the wave is shown by the cross product of E cap and B cap. I'll explain you what this is. Let's say the electric wave is oscillating in J direction, okay, and the magnetic field is oscillating in the K direction. The question will be, what will be the direction in which the wave is propagating? What is the direction of velocity? How will you find? Find the direction of E cross B. What is E's direction? J. Cross, what is magnetic field direction? K. What is J cap cross K cap? It is I cap. So whatever is the direction of E cap cross B cap, which means here according to our example J cap cross K cap, so it will be I cap. Whatever is the direction of their cross product, that will be the direction of velocity. This is the equation only to find direction of velocity. Okay, this is the equation to find out direction of velocity. Understood? Okay. Now, how to find out the magnitude of velocity? How to find out magnitude of velocity? Maximum value of electric field E naught, divided by maximum value of magnetic field, that amplitude of electric field by amplitude of magnetic field. ये दे देगा the velocity of electromagnetic wave in the medium. What is it? It will give you the velocity of EM waves in the medium. Tell me, if the electromagnetic wave or if the light is moving in vacuum, what will be E naught by V naught will be equal to? बोल दे. हाँ, it will be equal to 3 into 10 power 8. ये 3 into 10 power 8 कौन है? Isn't it the velocity of light in vacuum or in air? हाँ. So E naught by B naught is supposed to give you the velocity, and if you're finding E naught by B naught in vacuum, not in other mediums such as water or any other medium, if you're not considering, in vacuum it is 3 into 10 power 8. Okay, these all equations, whatever I am giving to you, you just have to by heart it. We are not doing the derivations. I think you also hate derivations, है ना? ठीक है. Now it was found out that if you multiply 1 by root of epsilon naught and mu naught, what I am doing? If I multiply epsilon naught and mu naught in the denominator by taking the root, you are getting 3 into 10 power 8. You all know what is the value of epsilon naught. How much it is? 8.85 into 10 power minus 12. What is the value of mu naught? 4 pi into 10 power minus 7. If you multiply, take the square root and take the inverse of it, you are exactly getting the value of 3 into 10 power 8. Understood? Is it clear? Huh? Okay. Now my question is, if root of epsilon naught into mu naught will give you C, which is the velocity of light or any electromagnetic waves in vacuum or air, how will you find out the velocity in a specific medium? By using the same equation. How will you find out V? That will be equal to 1 by root of epsilon of that medium into mu of that particular medium. So if you want to find out the velocity of a respective medium, you have to find out permittivity of that medium and mu of that particular medium and take the square root. In the inverse, you will get the same answer. Okay. So these all are equation which you must be remembering, which means by heart kar le. You don't have to there is no derivations here. Derivation is out of scope of your NCERT syllabus for 12th. This is more than enough. बोल दे बड्डी कुणाल भारत आदित्य मनीषा Thanu Hina Kiran. Okay, can you all do by heart this? By heart कर सकता है ना आप लोगों को? Got it? So how many equations we have learned for velocity? 2 equations, right? Amplitude of electric field to amplitude of magnetic field will give you the velocity of electromagnetic field. 1 by root of epsilon into mu will give you the velocity of electromagnetic wave. Okay, by hearted. Okay, very good. Now, is there any other equation to find out? Array, 11th standard. Yaad kar le. From the equation of k and omega, one more equation, velocity is equal to omega by k. Third equation to find velocity. This is the equation to find out velocity from 11th standard from the topic of electromagnetic wave, which we already have covered. Which means from the topic of waves, not electromagnetic waves. ये भी आपको पता है. हाँ, हाँ जीवा, एक डाउट है. आपका डाउट क्या है? Sanjana, clear? Okay. So how many equations we have learned? We have learned 3 equations. Shall we start doing the problems? Okay, then I'll explain rest of the things. Shall we? Okay. Now let us do this particular problem. You will understand everything related to this electromagnetic waves. It is not at all going to be a problem here. Dekh le. Suppose that the electric field of an EM wave is in vacuum is given by this equation, right? This is a 3. I'll use red color. What is 3? The amplitude of electric field, cos ky, whatever is the coefficient of x or y, that will be k, because let me write the basic equation. E will be equal to E naught cos kx minus omega t. This is the basic equation we have learned, right? Okay. What is the direction of propagation of wave? Tell me, what will be the direction? According to this equation, if it is negative with x, we know that it moves in positive x direction, right? According to this equation. So by using the same concept and applying it here we have y. So the particle is moving in y direction. Is it plus or minus? If in the equation, if it is plus, the particle will be moving with a negative, which means opposite sign we have to take, which means the direction of propagation of wave is in the direction of propagation is in the minus y direction. ठीक है? Is it clear? So exhausted? Okay, then you can watch the replay tomorrow morning. Don't worry, you don't have to push yourself. Anyway, we have to complete this chapter. So we got the answer for the first. Clear है? बिल्कुल clear है? जल्दी बोल दे. Okay. Now, next, what is the wavelength of this particular electromagnetic wave? How will you find wavelength? Lambda? कैसे? सोच ले. Do you remember whatever is the coefficient of x or y, that is k, and k was having the value of 2 pi by lambda, है ना? K is equal to 2 pi by lambda. Now, in the equation, what is the value of k? Whatever is the coefficient of x or y, that will be k. How much is given here? 1.8. So, shall I substitute? हाँ sir, बिल्कुल. So, k I have substituted as 1.8. Then 2 pi by lambda. So, lambda is 2 pi by 1.8 meter lambda wavelength. So, it is in meter. मिल गया. Second part of the question is also done. Okay. Now, shall we move for the third one? Third one is, what is the frequency f? F ka frequency. What is the frequency f? You know that angular frequency, how will you find omega? Omega is actually the coefficient of time. So here, if you look at the coefficient of time, how much is it? It is 5.4 into 10 power 6. So omega is actually 5.4 into 10 power 6. Question omega nahi, question is what is frequency? कैसे? You know that omega is 2 pi f. 11th standard topic. So f is supposed to be found out, that is omega by 2 pi. Substitute कर ले, 5.4 into 10 power 6 by 2 pi. F. बस मेहंदी तो लोगे, लेकिन अब नहीं, अभी पढ़ने का टाइम है. So clear? And is there any more question? Yes, last question is there. We only have completed 3 questions. What is the amplitude of magnetic field of the wave? अरे ये कैसे? How will we find this out? You know that we can find this out by using this simple equation of E naught divided by B naught is equal to velocity of the wave. है ना? Okay. Now, tell me, what is the equation to find out velocity of the wave? Omega by k. Yes or no? हाँ. So, omega का value कितना है? This is omega. Omega by 2 pi. Omega is 5.4 into 10 power 6 divided by, what will be the value for k? K is, देख ले, k is 1.8. The coefficient of y, 1.8. Let me substitute that. This is 1.8 is k. Okay, so 5.4 by 1.8, almost 3. है ना? So 3 into 10 power 6 is what? E naught by B naught. Now tell me, how will you find B naught? This is E naught by B naught. So B naught ka value is a question. B naught is E naught by 3 into 10 power 6. E naught का value दे दिया. E naught is amplitude of electric field. How much is given? 3 है ना? और क्या, सब्स्टिट्यूट कर ले 3/3 इंटू 10⁻6, 3 कैंसिल हो गया, 10⁻⁻6 टेस्ला हो गया मैग्नेटिक फील्ड। आ गया तो आ गया, समझ तो आ गया, है ना? बिल्कुल समझ में आ गया सब लोगों को? एकदम एकदम समझ में आ गया, और क्या चाहिए? ठीक है। So, next question. Okay, now I hope you might have understood the basic method by which a question can be done. आ गया तो आ गया, समझ में आ गया, ठीक है। Okay, now next question. Ready? बिल्कुल तंदुरुस्त। तो you know the competition है ना? We usually do a competition in Ameer sir's class. The competition is between the students and Ameer sir. Let's see who's going to be the first, है ना? Just like all the time. कर ले, मेरे साथ तो कंपटीशन कर ले। तो मैं ही जीतेगा। सो लेट्स सी। A plain electromagnetic wave, frequency is given 25 megahertz, travels in free space along x direction. Okay. At a particular point in space and time, electric field is given 6.3. What is magnetic field at this particular position? You know that electric field by magnetic field is the velocity of light. Okay, so if nothing is given regarding the medium, we can take it as a vacuum, and in vacuum the velocity of light is 3 into 10 power 8. Question is B naught. So B naught is E naught by 3 into 10 power 8. What is E naught actually? 6.3. It is given in the question. 6.3 by 3 into 10 power 8. Karle, what is left? 6.3 by 3, 3 in 6, 2, 3 in 3, 1, 10 power minus 8, unit is Tesla. Now, you know that magnetic field is a vector. Vector ko direction, super important. What is the direction going to be? How to find the direction of magnetic field? So for finding out direction, you have to use this E cap cross B cap is equal to velocity cap. है ना? What is the direction of electric field? It is J. J cross the direction of magnetic field, which we don't know, so I am putting it as X, will give you the direction of velocity. Velocity is along X direction. It is given X direction, so I cap. Tell me, J cross what will give you positive I cap? J cross what? J cap cross K cap will be giving you I cap. So what is the direction of X? Which is the direction of magnetic field? K cap. अभी समझ में आ गया? हाँ, Sanchana and Anna already have answered it. Very good. In a direction perpendicular to both X and Y. So we got it as plus K cap. Perpendicular means it can be positive or negative. So you have to use this particular equation to find out the real direction. Okay, I don't think anybody else have given the answer before me. Koi hai? Anna has given me the answer. Miara has given me the answer. Bilkul badhiya. Bilkul badhiya, bilkul theek. है ना? Amazing. So I think you all are my amazing cute little legends. Shall we do one more question? Before me you did. I never thought so. Good, good. And I think Anna also did, है ना? Good, बढ़िया बात है. Keep it up. So with a smile, let's move for the next. Next question. Let's read and let's see. Pooja, good, very good. The magnetic field of a plane electromagnetic wave is given as 3 into 10 power 8 sine 100 pi 200 into pi y plus ct in the I cap, where c is equal to 3 into 10 power 8 is the speed. The corresponding electric field will be. How will you write down the equation for electric field by using the equation of magnetic field? Let us write down the basic equation for electric field है ना. The basic equation is E naught, then the sine or cos. Inside we have phi, which is the phase of that particular electric field. So let us start from the beginning, which means amplitude. How will you find? By using the equation of E naught by B naught is C. Velocity of light, here it is given as 3 into 10 power 8. Okay. Tell me how to find E naught. E naught is equal to B naught into 3 into 10 power 8. बोल दे B naught का value कितना है? What is the value for B naught according to the question? देख ले, it is 3 into 10 power 8. It is 3 into 10 power minus 8 multiplied by 3 into 10 power 8. How much it is going to be? 9. So हमको क्या मिल गया? हमको ये मिल गया कि the amplitude of electric field is 9, E naught is 9, sine of phi, phase. You know that there is no phase difference between what and what? Between the magnetic field and the electric field. So whatever is inside magnetic field, same will be for electric field, 200 pi y plus ct. So it is 200 pi y plus ct. Done. Inside sine this is. Are we done? Are we done here? Electric field vector A, we just have written the magnitude. How can you say that a vector is completed without direction? बिल्कुल नहीं बोल सकता है ना, बिल्कुल नहीं, थोड़ा भी नहीं. तो हमको चाहिए डायरेक्शन. तो बोल दे what will be the direction of electric field. So you know that magnetic field is in I, speed is in y direction. So what is the possible direction? I and y is I and j cap is done, so only left is k cap, but it can be positive or negative k cap. How will you find? I already have told you E cap cross B cap is equal to V cap. This equation should be satisfied for finding out the direction. Electric field का direction we want to find out. Cross magnetic field का direction I, देख ले, it is given I. Velocity का direction y direction, that is j. So what should be the direction of electric field? Once you do the cross product with I, you will get j. K cross I is equal to positive j. So electric field का direction क्या हो जाएगा? K cap. So option है A. बस बोल दे, आ गया क्या? बोल दे हाँ सर, आ गया तो आ गया, समझ तो आ गया, बिल्कुल तो आ गया, अच्छे से आ गया. So yes, it is option A. How many of you are giving me the answer? Myara, Sanchana, done before me. अरे इतना बड़ा हो गया मेरा पूरा का legends and warriors. आ गया तो आ गया, समझ तो आ गया. पूजा क्लियर है? ना. Okay. So rest of the questions are very similar, right? So I am giving you this as homework. कर सकता है. What is given? Electromagnetic field is given. B naught is given. Question is what is E naught? कर सकता है ना? You will be doing. अरे इतना simple है. We are doing the same question again and again. Then electric field is given. Magnetic field again same. This is a kind of question that you can expect from this part. Okay, same kind of question. Shall we move to the next part? Huh? Yes. So next part, which is electromagnetic spectrum. Now when I was talking about electromagnetic waves, I was only pointing to one single example, which was light, which means the light which is visible to us, we call it by the name of visible light. Why was I only pointing to light when there was innumerous amount of electromagnetic waves available here? Because I thought never to get confused. We'll start with one, and when the right time comes, I'll introduce you to all the kind of electromagnetic waves. I have to tell you that this light, which is the visible light in this electromagnetic spectrum, is only occupying a very small region. then you will be asking, sir, electromagnetic spectrum kya hai? The electromagnetic spectrum, it's not a big deal, right? What it says is, or what do you mean by electromagnetic spectrum is, electromagnetic spectrum means the arrangement of all the electromagnetic waves. What is it? The arrangement of all the electromagnetic waves in the increasing order or in the decreasing order of frequency and wavelength. We call it as electromagnetic spectrum. क्या है? पूरा का पूरा इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक वेव्स है ना, तो वो अरेंज किया है. हाउ? On the basis of their frequency or on the increasing or decreasing order of frequency and wavelength. We simply call it as what? Electromagnetic spectrum. वो arrangement का नाम है electromagnetic spectrum. Now you can see that from left hand side, if it goes to the right hand side of this electromagnetic spectrum, it is arranged in the order of increasing frequency. Okay, so you can see that it starts with microwaves, and then if you increase radio waves, then if you increase infrared, then you have visible light. After infrared, you can see the visible light, then you have infrared, then you have ultraviolet, then you have X-ray, then you have the gamma ray, which means this is the arrangement of all the electromagnetic waves in the increasing order of what their frequency. Understood? Okay, you don't have to actually by heart the numerical value for frequency and the wavelength for each of those waves, but you should be knowing this order. Based on this order, so many questions can come. You know that visible light is having its own use, which means where visible light is used, visible light is actually used in for seeing the objects, right? So that we'll be able to see any objects. Similarly, each and every waves has its own use. Microwaves is actually used in microwave oven. Radio waves is actually used in for radio communication. Infrared rays, it is actually used for military purpose and night goggles for night vision. Visible light we already have told. Then increased frequencies for ultraviolet. Ultraviolet we use actually for LASIK eye surgeries and all, we use ultraviolet rays. And you know ultraviolet is not good for the skin. And how it is being prevented? छोटा छोटा classes का information है. हाँ, ozone layer is actually there to prevent the incoming ultraviolet rays into the earth. Then X-ray, for taking our X-rays. Gamma rays is actually used for the treatment of cancer. Okay, for killing cancer cells we use gamma rays. It is having very high frequency, one of the highest frequency electromagnetic waves are gamma. So frequency is more, energy is more, so gamma is having very high energy. So that's the reason we use gamma rays for the purpose of what? For the purpose of destroying the cancer cells. And the second largest EM wave with the frequency is X-ray. Okay, just below the gamma rays is what we are having X-ray. Now you have to know that X-ray is also having a very huge amount of energy. That is the reason why it is able to penetrate through our flesh and the meat and able to scan the bone inside it. Okay, that's the reason why we are using especially X-ray to do our X-ray things. Okay, so I think you all must be familiar with all these things and you must be knowing all these things, hai na? Radio, micro, and night goggle vision. How many of you have seen? If you have watched any military movies or hijacking movies, आप तो देख लिया हो जाएगा नाइट गॉगल विजन वाला. हाँ, ठीक है. Okay, it will be available in YouTube only, है ना संजना? You can just stream back. हाँ, we are almost at the completion of this particular chapter, right? Okay, so this if you want you can by heart. Okay, one thing I forgot to tell you. When I said that towards right is the increasing order of frequency, why don't you all tell me if you go towards right, what will be happening to the wavelength? क्या हो जाएगा wavelength को? You all know frequency is equal to velocity by lambda. Frequency c by lambda. I am writing all this equation from 11th standard. Don't look at these equation like you are seeing something new. ऐसे alien वाला look मत दे दीजिए उसको, ठीक है? So Frequency f is equal to c by lambda, as you all know. Now, if frequency is increasing, what will happen to lambda? Inversely proportional, है ना? It is inversely proportional. So, in the direction of increasing frequency, what will happen to the wavelength if you go in the same order? Wavelength will be decreasing in that region. So, gamma ray, which is having the highest frequency, will be having the least wavelength. Okay, and you can compare it accordingly. Okay, so कोई गड़बड़ है तो जल्दी बता दे. Okay, this particular thing you will be seeing in your what's say NCERT. You don't have to even go through it. It is actually the wavelength range, how each of these electromagnetic waves are being produced, how it is being detected, all these things. Okay, that is what is given here. Okay, you don't have to actually, you can just go through it, just don't try to by heart it. No one is going to ask you the questions from there. Okay, these are the kind of questions you can expect from this part. The kind of questions are: choose the correct option relating wavelength of different parts of electromagnetic waves. So you have X-ray, radio, micro, and visible. I think you all are most familiar in arranging on the basis of frequency. So first let us arrange in the order of frequency. Exact opposite will be that of wavelength, है ना? So X-ray, radio, micro, visible. Who is actually having the maximum frequency? F4, X-ray is the maximum among the four. Then we have what? Then we have the frequency for visible, है ना? Then we have the frequency for what? Then we have the frequency for radio. Sorry, radio is having the maximum, है ना? So then we'll be having the frequency of what? Micro. And then we'll be having what? The frequency, the minimum frequency will be for the radio. Isn't it? So what will be the order of wavelength? So lambda of X-ray will be lesser compared to lambda of visible, which will be lesser compared to lambda of micro, which will be lesser compared to lambda of radio. Which means radio will be having the maximum wavelength and the least will be for X-ray. Which option? Option B, है ना? और क्या सर? बिल्कुल. तो इधर तक समझ में आ गया सब लोगों को? हाँ, जल्दी बता दे. बोल दे हाँ सर, बिल्कुल समझ में आ गया. Okay, shall we do one last question? After this question we are going to wind up the session. और कुछ नहीं. Okay, बिल्कुल, है ना? So देख ले, a radio can tune to any station in between 7.5 megahertz to 12 megahertz. The corresponding wavelength band is, which means the corresponding wavelength ranges. Okay, if this is the range of frequency, what is the range of wavelength going to be? Array. Simply you are asked to find out the wavelength in this case and the wavelength in this case. That's it. How will you find wavelength? You know frequency is equal to c by lambda. So lambda is equal to c by f. So how will you find lambda of 1 in the first case? C, velocity of light, 3 into 10 power 8 by frequency. What is frequency for the first case? 7.5 into 10 power 6. Okay, so how much you are going to get? How much you are going to get? Frequency is lesser. This will be almost having 40 meters. Okay, it will be almost having a value of 40 meters. Now, how will you find out the lambda 2 in this case? Lambda is equal to c, 3 into 10 power 8 by the frequency in that case, 12 into 10 power 6. है ना? So how much this will be coming? 25. Simple है. इतना ही है. only this much is there from this particular chapter. If you all have understood, आप लोगों को समझ में आ गया तो क्या करना है? जल्दी बोल दे. If you have understood all these concepts, क्या करना है आप लोगों को? बोल दे, हाँ सर हमको अच्छे से बिल्कुल से समझ में आ गया. ठीक है, rearrange कर ले, put down the values and the answer is in your hand. Thank you so much, Sanjana. And here we come to an end of this particular chapter of EM waves. Okay, we come to an end, and electromagnetic wave is over. It was such a big chapter, right? We have completed, and you know what you all have to do. If you have loved the session, if you have understood all the concept, just to motivate me, just to make me feel that okay, I did something good, you can click on that like button. Those who haven't liked the session till now, okay, those who haven't liked the session, you can click jaldi se jaldi, you can click on that like button and let me know that yes, you loved it. Okay, the content was good. And if we make a quick revision of whatever we have learned in today's class, we started with what? The displacement current formula. It is equal to epsilon naught d phi e by dt. And then we have learned by the derivation of a displacement current that a changing electric field is producing a magnetic field. Based on that concept, we have explained the production of electromagnetic waves, equation for electromagnetic waves, written all the equations, did so many equations, है ना? Then we have learned about electromagnetic spectrum, ठीक है? And फिर क्या किया? हाँ, then we did some questions and we ended it. And here we are. ठीक है? तो बोल दे, हाँ सर आ गया तो आ गया, समझ तो आ गया. Okay, so you can share it with your friends who actually want to learn this particular chapter. Okay, you can share it with everyone. Do share this particular class with maximum friends, and whenever you come to class, do take them also so that we can learn together. And who haven't subscribed for Plus and Iconic, it will be better if you make the subscription before 20th September, because for 12 months and 24 months, you will be given extra 4 months and 6 months free if you are going to make the subscription before 20th of September. And this is the right time for making the subscription, because you will be getting this month's free, and you will also be able to complete your syllabus if you start learning from today onwards. And you know, flat 10% of discount, how to apply. If you go for the code of AMB10, if you apply as a referral code, you'll get 10% of discount. I know that so many of you were asking. It was amazing session. Thank you so much, Sana. Means a lot. Yes, my classes started from 4:30. One last thing. Now, the reason why I also say that right now you have to make the subscription is for the first 500 subscribers before the date of 17th of September, right? The 24 months course, instead of paying 60,320, now you'll only have to pay 54,288. Along with it, you can apply the code of AMB10, get 10% of discount also. It's going to be so much amazing. So yes, thank you so much for your care, Mayara, and for everyone who was here in the classroom, who supported me and who was here to make the class so awesome and full of active. Right? Thank you, Anna. So thank you so much, everyone. So bye, everyone. Shall we say a good night with a smile on your faces, everyone? From your places, you can give me a smile, अच्छे से, with the thought that yes, we have completed a new chapter, right? By being here for 1 hour 45 minutes, right? So bye, everyone. Thank you so much, and let me also go and have my dinner. You also go and have. Bye bye. Good night.